Well, 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 you stumbled upon our vault. We have some classic episodes here, although we did rename ourselves Two Al's, One Pod. Enjoy. Do not forget to rate and review us. Thanks for your support.
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks, spin-off of the web series The Two Dicks. I'm Al Romas, Tampa, Florida. That is Al Ducharme. He's in Studio City, California. How are you today, Alfred? How's it going?
I'm a little groggy. I don't know if I'm having some vaccine side effects or not, but it's been 5 days since my second one, so I don't know what that's all about. But I also have I got a little bit of a pinched nerve in my neck that acts up every now and then. I have these exercises that I do, and when I do them consistently 5 days a week, I can go a year without an issue. But then when I start to lax, it catches up.
You've been laxing on your exercises?
I have, and then I have
Been
the woman that I've been with for 13 months, 24/7.
You can do your exercises today.
It doesn't motivate me when it comes out that way.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
If you said, "Hey, buddy, you doing your exercises?" That motivates me. You know what I mean? But
Right.
if she goes,
Did you do your exercises?
it's like
Well, that nagging causes a pinched nerve.
See?
Yeah, that's a sign of, that's one of the reasons people get pinched nerves and other ailments is nagging. It's a proven fact.
But here's the thing.
That's science.
She cares about me, and she truly does love me. I know this. It's not like she wants.
I read the Facebook post. I don't know.
We have a little online thing we do about crabby couple stuff, but I would say 85-90% of the time we just perfectly normal laugh, blah blah blah. But like every couple, we get into our little things,
Right.
Usually our posts are when we're not bickering at one another. It's when we're having
comedic.
fun.
For comedic effect.
Yeah, but But it is true. She's coming from the right place in the heart. But sometimes when you're a couple, 13 months in lockdown, it comes out to be a nagging thing when it's really not.
Right. Well, you're in that lockdown state. You got to move to Florida where there's no nagging. We're out. We don't care.
I know.
I did a show Friday night. Well, I'll tell you, though, I did a show Friday night. There might have been 40 people because they moved the tables. So, I mean, these were older people, too, and they were so socially distant that socially retarded, socially distant. It was tables away from each other. And, I mean, it was a good gig. It was fun. I got to do almost an hour. So you can't complain, during this to do almost an hour. But in a room, when you're on stage, you're looking going, this would be great. It should be 110 people packed in here. It's a nice room. And then you get 40, with tables scattered. It's a little tough. And then a couple people were wearing masks during the show.
Sure.
I'm like, really, lady? A mask? Come on.
Don't give the maskers a hard time.
I do.
You give the anti-maskers a hard time.
No, we're in a show. We're all vaccinated. Take the mask off. Come on.
We don't know their situation. You got to remember, there are people that would wear a mask because they were in remission from cancer, so they would wear a mask. And now we're like, you're wearing I mean, I would see a lot of in New York City. I would see a lot of Japanese tourists. They would wear the mask from Tokyo.
Sure,
that's just, air quality. So
yeah, but and then I picked on the lady with the mask, and then it was one of those where it worked against me because she was like, "Oh,
I just told you."
No, she didn't have cancer. She said she was laughing so hard she had tears in her eyes and all this. And then I'm like, because I'm like, suddenly I stopped the show to pick on her. And then she's like, wait, I have tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard. I'm like, oh, all right. I felt a little bad for a second. But thank God there was a woman up front. And I said something to her. I was talking about online dating. She dates online, this woman. And she was in town, though. I go, oh, you live here? She's like, no, I'm just visiting some friends, and I have to pick up a package. And I go, oh, really? You come from out of town to pick up a package? Like, what's the package? It was her husband, number 3. She's been married 5 times. Her husband, number 3, this was his ashes. And she had to come pick him up. And she thought she'd pick up the ashes, have some friends, meet some friends, and come see the show. And so that was great. That became, fucking half my act right there. Just picking up his ashes, and what are you doing with the ashes?
That's your.
He wanted to go.
That's your Netflix special right there.
Yeah, he wanted to go to the ocean. That was his dream, to be scattered in the ocean. But it was already Friday night, and she was leaving Saturday. She's like, "That's not going to happen." So
his last dying wish. His dying
maybe
wish.
a cup of water. She's going to put the ashes in a cup of water. That's what she told me. We'll see. But it was husband number 3 out of 5. So you figure
she's got money. She has some money.
Why didn't go the money? I'm thinking, what does she care?
I'm thinking she's got money.
What does she care about him?
I'm thinking she has money. Was she a looker? Did she have nice legs? Was she going after older men? What was the scoop with her? Did she have money?
No, I couldn't tell, and there was no reason for me to pursue the, that kind of angle. No, she was not a looker. No, what?
She wasn't a looker.
What are you in 1958 here? Was she a looker?
You started looker.
A looker.
You said looker first.
I never
Let's
said
go
looker.
to the videotape.
She was not a looker. She was not a looker.
Yeah. Anyways, you said looker first, and
I never said looker. I never said looker.
I repeated after you.
I said there was a woman in the audience.
You said hooker.
Who was?
You're a hooker. You're a hooker.
No, I didn't say anything like that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're on some sort of, I don't know what kind of drugs you take for your pinched nerve, but I'm going to start nagging myself.
I take Nexium.
Jesus Christ.
I take finasteride for my thinning hair, and
I don't know what that means.
It's like,
look at my hair. Look how thick it is.
I know.
Look at that,
bastard.
Look at that.
I
need a haircut. Jesus.
Yeah, you got to go to the wig shop.
Yeah, that's from the Two Dicks.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking about.
You're a real looker.
The looker would have been Two Dicks, and the first episode of the Two Dicks that we ever shot on the Lore of the Seas, you had a pinched nerve at that time, if I'm correct.
I did. I've been plagued by this on and off over a couple of years, but that particular time, see, I usually just try to stretch it out, and whatnot. But,
hey now.
That particular time, I was like frozen. I was robotic. If you go back to see the interrogation episode of the Two Dicks, you'll see me. I'm robotic.
Episode 1, season 1, episode 1.
And I had to keep turning around to Romas, who was at the door, and every time I did it, the pinched nerve. And then I went to physical. I went to physical therapy after that, and for about 6 weeks, and they fixed me, and that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, you should go to get a massage like Deshaun Watson. Have you been following that at all?
Oh no! What's going on there? It came up on the feed.
Deshaun Watson, he's a quarterback for the Houston Texans, and he signed a contract last year for like $200 million, and he gave a press conference where he's crying. I've never been happier. I'm going to support my family. This is the best, blah, blah, blah. And then they made some moves over the summer. He didn't like the moves they made, so he said, I never want to play for Texas again. I'm out. Trade me. They're like, we're not trading you. We just signed you for 10 years. Trade me. I'm out of here. And during that time, all of a sudden, 1 or 2 or 3, and now I think it's up to 21 different massage therapists in the Houston area said that he sexually molested them, abused them, assaulted them, whatever you want to say. So, of course, he denied it. Originally, fans were going, oh, that's probably the Texans putting that out there, so he won't be tradable, and they're doing it. Well, there's 21 women now. And so originally said, nothing ever happened. I just got massages. What are you talking about? This is outrageous. Okay. Now his lawyer, they're going, what? Because some of the women gave press conferences. So now his lawyer's out there going, there was consensual sex. Let's just put that out there. There was sex.
Duh.
But it was consensual. Come on. This guy will be lucky. If everything aligns for this guy, he'll be playing for the Texans next year. But he's not even going to be playing football when it starts. I mean, this guy went from, $200 million contract to play in Texas. I want out of Texas. Trade me. To now, the best thing that could ever happen to him would be even to be playing for Texas. But odds are he will be suspended for probably the year when it's all said. And he'll probably be arrested.
There's very few athletes who get these huge contracts because you get an automatic God complex when you are, as you know, top athletic. You have top athletic abilities. You are treated and worshipped like you're the boy.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing.
What I'm saying is then you get the $200 million contract, and all of a sudden, your fantasies and all your little addictions that you've had are now amplified because you feel like you have a moat. You're protected from it, and
I
rules don't
agree.
apply to you.
I think he would have been this guy without the contract. He's this guy. You know what I mean? Not every guy who gets a big contract gets a massage and then assaults
LeBron James is
masseuse.
a perfect example of a kid who is a prodigy, who is a good family man and good dad.
As we know, as far as we know.
As far as we know. But what I'm saying is he's gone this many years without any, blips on the radar.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million, there's a lot of guys like that. But this guy, man, wow. When you go one or two, you go, oh, people go, maybe it was the team putting it out there.
Once it gets past three, and the girls,
21.
If the girls
21 women.
If the girls don't know each other, if they're not in the same racket, they're different.
I don't get these guys though. It's like Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, and they go to these little shithole massage parlors on the side of the road, and we just get a hooker for God's sake. You got all the money in the world. Get whatever you want.
All he wants to do is get a handy because he's a billionaire. He's a widower.
Get it in your house.
Well, it's the urge. It's the moment. It's like, hey, Raymond, his driver. Hey, Ray, pull into this strip mall. No. This is the place that all the guys go to. I'm going to get a little handy.
Well, that might have been Kraft's thing. But, but this guy, Kraft's 21 different women.
Kraft's biggest thing was they had videotape, and he didn't want it exposed.
Of course.
He's a 70-something-year-old man, billionaire.
Well, of course he would.
He doesn't want this video, and they were threatening that. And it's like, hey, listen,
But he didn't do anything illegal.
No, and they were trying to tie him into sex trafficking and all this other shit.
But he didn't do it. He went to a massage parlor and then got a hand job.
But they tried to spin it out of control.
This is criminal.
No,
he's criminal.
Yeah, he has a problem. He has a sex addiction, and again,
he's got a lot of problems.
Here's the thing. He could have gone like 50 times, and the other 30, they said, sure, buddy, give me an extra $100. I'll squeeze one off for you, or I'll jump on your hog, whatever it was. And then the other 21 times, they're like, no, pal. And then he kept forcing himself.
Yeah. But I mean, how stupid can you be? I mean, you just $200 million contract, and you go into a little side of the road joint and getting and then assaulting the girl, where she went, Well, thing is, though, these are always tricky. They didn't go to the police. They kept it quiet for a while, and then they get a lawyer. And now, of course, the lawyer is saying, well, they first came to him for money, but only one or two did that. But again, when you're talking 21 women, there's no getting out of this. It's just the whole point of the story is this guy demanded a trade. I want out of here. I want to play for Miami.
He was trying to get into another contract so that he could get out of jurisdiction or something.
He wanted out of Houston. He wanted to play for the Jets or Miami. And then all this shit came down, and now he's fucked. He can't play for anyone. He's done. As of now. I mean, who knows what will happen? It seems to change weekly. But I don't know. I just don't. Like, I drive by these places. I don't go in. You go in, Alfred? You go in, you get a massage. You need a massage. Why don't you go in there and $75?
I do the massages, absolutely. I've never
do you?
I've never had a happy ending. I never asked for
I've never
one.
had a massage. I've never had a massage. I don't like the idea of it.
I go to get, as you know, my pinched nerves or get an adjustment. I've gone to a couple of chiropractors, but it's all about my well-being. It's not about.
Do you go to a massage therapist?
I have gone to a massage. I had one come to the house. And she put a table up. And my wife said, all right, I'll be back in an hour. No, I'm kidding. No, but
you don't feel stupid.
I had an athletic-looking preggers give me a massage in my home on a table.
Ugh. You don't feel stupid laying there?
No, I got past that.
I've never had one.
My very first massage, it was done by a Russian guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Continue. You're a little Russian. You just got a little Russian.
Continue.
And I was a little homophobic about it. I was with my buddy. He said, "Hey."
You were with your buddy? What does that mean?
We were working out, and a part of the gym, they had a masseuse. He said, "Hey, this guy's $60 an hour." He said we can split it. It'd be $30 each. We each do like a half hour.
What?
I was like, okay, and I did it.
What guy is saying this? What guy says this to another guy at a gym?
Kevin Flynn.
Hey, let's split.
Kevin
Let's
Flynn, I
split a
ratted him out.
massage.
Yeah.
Let's split a massage.
It sounds. Here's the thing. He's the
Oh, my
biggest.
God.
He is the biggest homophobe.
Let's split a massage.
There's
a guy over there who will massage us. Let's split it.
All right.
What do
So,
you say,
anyways,
Al?
let's jump ahead.
Oh, God.
I was a little uncomfortable with it, but Kevin's a big.
You think?
Kevin was a professional soccer player, so he's always had people stretching and
Touching
probing.
him?
He's had surgeries and all. Yeah, all that stuff. And so this guy
Okay.
had huge, gigantic Russian hands. He was like 6'3", and he slapped me around and stretched me out. And
But who wants this? Why do you want that?
2 to 3 minutes in, you forget
Oh.
it's a big dude slapping you around because he's alleviating all this stress and issues that I have. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing this again. And sometimes I'll get like a little woman and she does it, and it's okay, it's not that effective. But sometimes I'll get like I had this petite Asian woman. She was Chinese, and I think, oh, here we go.
Asian. We got Chinese through Asian. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I was being a little redundant. I was being specific actually, but she
Little Asian woman,
she had tiny
Chinese.
little hands, and she was like 4'9".
Yes,
I'm
they're
like,
small people.
I'm like, oh, this is not going to be anything. This is going to be like a feather. And she was unbelievable. She was like, yeah! She was in there, and she was amazing. One of the best massages I've ever had. But yeah, it's not sexual with me. It's strictly about my getting myself aligned.
And you trust them. These aren't doctors. These aren't. What if you're pinched nerve? They could ruin you, man. They could wreck your neck, and they don't know what they're doing. They're just, you know what I mean? I don't buy it. It's like a chiropractor. What the fuck? It's like George Costanza says. You know what I mean? They're not doctors. You know what I mean? You're going in there with
What about a physical
an
therapist?
injury. I don't know. I've been lucky. Knock on wood. I haven't dealt with these people.
Yeah, but a physical therapist, it's 4 years now. It used to be 3. It's 4 years.
I trust that. I trust a physical therapist. I don't trust a masseuse where anyone could be a massage therapist. Bullshit.
Well,
you know what I mean? I got a table.
There's different kinds of massages too.
And then a chiropractor. That's a scam.
I did the
that
deep
seems-
tissue massage.
Of course you did.
Not a fan.
No?
No.
Do you ever do a couples massage? You and your wife go in there and I don't know what happens. What happens there? You get naked and you lay next to each other and get massaged? How does that work?
I haven't done a
swingers
couple
thing?
massage,
What's going on?
but I've done.
You and Flynn did that
No,
couples
Tom
massage
Cotter,
with Jim?
your buddy Tom Cotter.
Tom Cotter.
Yes, we were getting.
They're all falling. All my heroes are falling here.
Our videographer for years was Pete Klusman, now retired in New York City, and he had a little tiny editing room office that he shared with a Chinese massage parlor.
Asian?
Asian.
He was a Chinaman?
And we went over there to do our latest comedy things. He said, okay, guys, give me your tapes, but and we'd sit in on the initial edit. And then he goes, okay,
Right.
I'm going to fine tune everything and make copies if you guys want to wait. So Cotter
Make sure
goes,
you make
dude,
you guys funny.
he goes, dude, this massage, he says, it's like $50 an hour. Let's do it. I'm like, all right. And
You seem to hang out with men who like to find massages.
So,
you
you mentioned have I done
It's
the
odd.
couples massage, but
Well, it's odd.
Cotter was there was like 4 tables. He was like 2 tables over, and
Right.
no one else was in the room.
Uh-huh.
So I think we actually said, let's do a half hour. And then I heard Cotter after a half hour. He goes, Ducharme, you want to do another half? I'm like, yeah. And then we were saying, can we go do another half? And the girl said, oh, yes, you can keep going. I'm like,
Wow.
but
Okay.
I bet Cotter's had a couple of happy endings in his time.
I would hope that's a real man. And you're getting a massage. You gotta ask for a happy ending there. You gotta ask anyway. I mean, as a man.
I'm getting this from a man who doesn't let anybody else touch him.
Well, if I was to do that, if I was in there, I'd be like, what do?
That's what you're afraid of. You're afraid it's
I've
going to
heard.
turn into a happy ending.
Why would I be afraid? No, I feel dumb laying there. I would feel
The
dumb.
happy ending is like, it's kind of like
Not the happy ending. I'm talking about a massage, a real one. I would feel dumb.
Who can give yourself a happy ending better than yourself?
My neighbor. My neighbor's very good.
So this episode is basically, what did we talk about? We talked about.
Well, I was trying to talk about my show, but you hijacked it and went down your homophobic, or you're not a homophobic, you're gay massage stories.
Well,
with
I'm trying.
Kevin Flynn and Tom
trying
Cotter.
to emphasize that
Okay.
I'm not a homophobic,
Oh.
and that it does.
Well, they're not homophobic. No, they're just gay. Those are gay stories. Two men sharing a massage. I'm sorry.
We didn't have
where I come from.
We didn't have intercourse.
I don't care. You're in a room with a man getting a massage.
I don't care.
Speaking of which,
I had about 4 or 5 men massage me, and the rest have been women. And my favorite one was Pam. Pam was she was actually from Thailand, and she was
Asian.
Mm-hmm. And
they're the best, right? I mean, that's what
Pam
they're the best.
and Kim, the Chinese woman, she was
Kim, of course,
outstanding. Pat
Godwin, that was his first 2 or 3 wives, were all named Kim. Isn't that odd?
What's the next one's name?
Well, he's done right now, but I believe at least 2, maybe 3 have been Kim. Yeah, he's taking a break. He's trying to raise his kid and work, and but there'll be a Kim down the road for him. Hey, following the Masters.
I had it's great in my office. I had it on. I was telling you, I had it on in the house, and she was doing her own thing,
nagging. The man has a pinched nerve, for God's sake. Lay off.
I was watching it, and we started communicating because the thunderstorm rolled in, and they were showing the 2019 Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
With his his traditional red polo shirt,
that was a
and his
great round,
and
final
his
round,
TW hat. And Bernadette comes into the office and she goes, "Tiger Woods is playing. He's out of the hospital."
Bless her heart. Well, you know what though? I think a lot of people. I got in the car yesterday around 5:30, and I was listening to Sirius sports radio on Sirius, and the guy's like, "So just so you know, there's a rain delay, and they're only showing the 2019 Masters. Tiger is not playing." And I'm thinking, really? You have to tell people that? You know what I mean? Like, who are listening to sports radio on Sirius? I mean, I get your wife doesn't follow sports or golf.
That audience doesn't need to know.
That audience should know. This idiot. That's not really a. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Maybe he's saying it in case someone's wife comes into the office and says,
"Maybe
Tiger Woods."
In a nagging way. What are you doing watching golf? Get some mulch. Go in the backyard and mulch.
I like your idea of the promo they should have done for the Masters in the beginning and wheel him. I said wheel Tiger out in a stretcher, and you said yeah, and have his ex-wife swinging a golf club at him.
Yeah, it would have worked. Nike and Tiger would have been all on board on that one. But that storm is what now in Tampa. Right today, we've had some pretty wild storms going on. So we've got what was in Georgia yesterday.
It was weird because the way it was moving on the Doppler radar, it was heading the usual west to east, but it was on an angle, and it kind of like dipped down to you a little bit to Tampa.
Yeah, it dipped, and now I can't. You know, it's the weirdest thing. My dog wants to go, on a walk. We walk twice a day, every day, and you can't explain to the poor beast. You know what I mean? It's like I open the front door and I'm like trying to show her, look, rain. We can't do this. It doesn't work.
It depends on the breed.
She's looking at the rain going, let's go. I'm like, no, we can't. And now I just get stared at all day like I've disappointed her and I'm the worst, human on earth. I'm like, I'm trying to explain. I can't. It's raining. We can't
you're
go.
A pussy. Now, here's the deal.
Hey, wait a second.
Now, hold on a second. The late, great Buddy, the Chihuahua, 14 months ago, we had to let him go. He hated the rain. I'd open the door and he'd see rain and he would like put on the brakes. And I knew his bladder was full. So I'd get the umbrella, boom, and then pick him up, walk him over to the curb, let him lift his leg, and then he'd try to just go right back in the house. And often I would give in. But I was out there with my rain jacket and umbrella, and I was ready to do it. I was ready to go for the walk.
That's also kind of gay. We got to be honest. This was an insight into Al Ducharme, massaged by men. Rain jacket and baked umbrella.
A cake. I baked a cake last month, and you called me gay for that.
Well, you left it out in the rain. But I don't have a rain jacket or an umbrella, sir. I do not have gear. I do not have rain gear.
Well, I'm originally from the Northeast, and then I moved out
Me
to Southern
too. So am
California,
I.
and I have all
Of
this
course.
stuff. But I often do these gigs and cruises in the Northwest, where the rain is in abundance.
Ah, right. That makes sense. The Alaska cruises, you do need some sort of rain gear, even though it might look okay when you get out there, it's going to be wet and rainy and gross. So yeah, I get it. I get that.
So
I'll give you a pass
So
on that
I'm
one.
not gay for that.
No, well, no, not for that. You're gay for the male couple massage thing. That's awful. And having a guy come to your house with a table is.
It was a
really,
woman, and she was a preggers. She was
so
like
weird.
6 or 7 months pregnant.
So weird,
So
man.
every once in a while, her child would lean into.
You don't
me.
feel guilty. You don't feel
Her
guilty
child would be like,
laying there.
Ma, this guy,
Yeah.
get this middle-aged guy smells.
You don't feel weird though, laying there. This pregnant woman is working, and you're just laying there like a slob, and she's working. Don't you feel? I feel guilty at this kind of thing.
Well,
I feel like you shouldn't be doing this.
Well,
Sit
first
down.
of all,
Let me make you a
all,
snack.
she was getting $125 plus tip. She was making $150,
Yeah.
and she had 10 appointments that
10
day.
children?
No, she was making. It was a $1,500 day for her.
Oh.
I used to date
15.
a
This
physical-
pregnant woman's doing 10 massages a day. Jesus.
Maybe not when she was pregnant, but and maybe
said
I'm
she was
exaggerating.
pregnant.
Maybe she had 5 or 6 appointments.
Maybe she was a man. Be honest, sir.
A pregnant man?
No, she was just a big burly dude
Oh.
who came in your home.
No,
That's why your wife said, "I'll be back in an hour. I'm out of here."
It was like
Get out of it.
like sane Britney Spears, about a little taller, giving me a massage.
I doubt that, but okay.
I
That's the
just
memory
gave you a
have.
description. Well,
That-
here's the thing. I was in pain,
Mm.
so I wasn't thinking about anything but getting some relief.
Hey, now.
See,
Yeah.
why do you wear the blue hat when you can't? That's mine.
Someone had to. I felt this episode needed a blue moment, and that was it. Just seemed like a perfect spot to go in.
All right. Do you want to wrap this up?
I'd love to. Yeah.
All right, do you
We have
any-
a good guest coming up next episode. So whatever you thought of this one, don't worry. Big time guest coming up on Friday's podcast.
We have scheduled
Mark Norman.
Yeah,
is
we have
gonna
a
be here.
comedian, Mark Norman, who's kicking ass right now. He's got a
Kicking ass.
huge following. He has over 6 million views on his self-produced comedy special that he did in Texas. Did he do
It's
that?
called.
Yep.
I don't know if it was. I thought it was in L.A. He shot it, but it's called Out to Lunch.
Out to Lunch. Very
And
good.
he's on the road right now working on a new hour. This guy's got a new hour already.
He's very prolific.
And saw something on YouTube about it, and he's got clips all the time. He's got always just pumps out content, and he's doing great. So he will be our guest on Friday.
He has his own
forward to it.
podcast with comedian Joe List called Tuesdays with Stories, which is a takeoff to the book Tuesdays with Maury, the album guy there, the sports newscaster.
Oh
the
yeah,
author. Mitch Albom.
Mitch Albom.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, and
It's
it's a great
actually-
podcast.
it's
It's been
a
going
good
for about
book.
10 years.
Yes, the podcast almost 10 years now, and they have a huge following. And
Huge.
we're trying to glom off of them. We're trying to get a couple of their people to come on over and listen to us. But if they listen to this episode, we're going to lose people.
That's the problem. I don't, he was supposed to be actually on last week, but I think we mentioned that he screwed it up, but that's fine.
Now, I thought automatically, and I apologize to you on air, that I thought you were the culprit of screwing up the schedule.
Oh, yeah, no, not me. I confirmed with him on whatever that was the day before, and then he wrote, "Oh shit, man, I'm sorry, I thought it was today."
And I will be
yeah,
sending him
no
out
problem.
a reminder and a link invite today.
Good, and he'll be our next guest. Check it out. We'll promote it, but
and where are your gigs?
really entertaining guy, really fun guy to chat with, and it'll be a good ep.
When is your next gig?
I have no. I don't think I have anything coming up. I think my calendar. No, I think that's it. I was going to do a Zoom thing. I bailed on it, and and that's it. I'm done.
I stopped
nothing.
bailing on the Zoom gigs. I'm taking them.
Mhm.
I do them. And I mentioned this before and you gave me shit. I'm getting more comfortable doing
Well, I
it.
heard you did very well. I talked to a friend of ours, and she said she did Vanessa Hollingshead did a Zoom with you, and she was very complimentary about your comedy, your whole thing. She thought it was great.
And
he really is funny, and he did great.
She's the pro. She's always good at just,
She's doing a lot of them.
Yeah, she doesn't miss a beat.
You know.
It just goes all the way through. She's very good at it. But
Yeah.
the more you do, the more comfortable you get. I was just trying to tell you, I take them now rather than trying to avoid them or find something else. I do have a couple of gigs coming up. I do have an online, the Laughter Summit through Comedy Cures, comedycures.org, and this will be on April 19th. But it runs the whole week, and I'm going to be on the 19th. I also I have a live show in Arizona with the one and only Bernadette Pauley, and I wrote down the information. I don't have it handy. And also
Live, you'll be in Arizona actually performing standing up comedy outside somewhere, or is it outdoors?
Nope, indoors on that one.
Oh,
I'm fully
very nice.
vaccinated, and it's Arizona, which is the cousin to Florida.
Right.
Also, the gigs from last year that I had to cancel because of the pandemic with Bill Burr in Vegas have been rebooked for July, for 4th of July weekend at the Metropolitan.
Nice.
So that's going to be
Nice.
July 2nd and 3rd.
Nice, man.
But I'm going to be bouncing around Vegas that week prior, doing some live shows.
That'll be a fun gig.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know what the capacity is in Vegas right now, but he's already selling out. He's selling out in October.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Burr is. So
yeah,
I'm hoping to get the message of joining him on a few of those. But I know what he's doing. A lot of his comedian friends, weren't working during the pandemic, so he's like dishing it out.
Right.
So I hope to score a few more, but
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Vegas in July. Who doesn't want to be in Nevada in July? That sounds awesome. Jesus Christ. What the hell?
And guess what?
Horrible. I mean, good. Yeah.
Guess what?
Mm.
I'm going to get a massage by a big Russian guy.
I'm sure you will. Maybe you and Bill can do a nice couples massage. And, hey, Ducharme, you want to do another half hour? And you go, yeah, Bill. And it'll be fantastic.
Okay.
Enjoy that.
We're going to wrap it up on that note right there.
Good luck in prison.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.